Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Hank here with his first Photoshop text tutorial video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make a text that looks like this in Photoshop, and it's actually super easy, and you can make banners and a ton of stuff with it. So open up Photoshop and then create a new document. I'm going to do just 1920 by 1080, and I'm going to make a solid color. Make it like a light gray. And if you guys feel like I'm going too fast in this video, you guys can always go down and slower the speed of the video. And if you feel like you missed something, you can also go back anytime. So first thing you're going to want to do is start off with a text. And I'm going to name mine just text for this tutorial. Just like this. And if you guys want to keep it in a shape while you're making it bigger, just hit shift and that keeps it in like a confined shape while you're making it bigger. So once you have your text, you're going to come up to the top here and click a good color for it, like your main color. There's going to be two colors and that's going to be later, but just choose a color for now. I'm going to go with purple. So next you're going to want to right click on your text right here and click rasterize type. So now it's rasterized. And then to like split up the text and give it some effect, you're gonna want to go over here to the polygon lasso tool, and to this you're just gonna want to hold down, and it's the second one down, this one. And then make sure your text is rasterized and just start outlining your text like this. Control X and then Control Shift V to paste it where it was. And I like to name mine as I go through. But one step I want to make sure you guys don't miss is every time you do that, it makes a new layer and it puts you on it. So always come back to the original layer or else it won't work. You guys can try, I'm not going to show you, but it just won't work. The little thing will pop up. So yeah, just come back to the original layer every time to make a new text, and it'll automatically make a new layer and put you on it. So see, like that. So just come back to here every time and you shouldn't get that little notification pop up. So if you were getting that, just keep that in mind. That's probably why, because that used to happen to me and I would get really confused. So yeah. So once you have all your text cut out, you can start splitting your text up. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to split the T's. I'm not going to do the E and the X. I'm just going to do the T's, and those are going to be in two parts. So I'm just going to slice it down the middle. It's the same thing as what we just did. Just like this, and start making an outline. Control X, Control Shift V, and then again Control T for just standard transform. And then use your arrow keys to move it around, give like a little bit of space between those. I'm just gonna name that T2. I'm gonna go to this T over here and do the same thing, just the other way. And this will start making it a cool effect once we start layering it and adding shadows and changing the hue and saturation, which we'll do in a second. So name that T2. So basically, you're going to want to figure out which part of the T you're doing next, and that's this bottom part. So since this is a slant, and this is on the bottom part of the slant, you're going to want to use your down arrow key and your left arrow key to like make it go down to the left. You're always going to go this way, and then for this side you're going to want to go up. So you're going to want to go like up arrow key and then right arrow key, which I'll show you that in a second. But to do this, to make a new layer, it's Control J and hold the Control key down for the next time. Just do Control J and then move the arrow keys. Control J. Now this is really personal preference around here, is you can do as much layers as you want and just adds more depth. So I'm just going to do around 12. Once you have this top layer, you're going to want to click on the one under it and go to the original copy, so right here, and right click and merge those. So now you have these two. And then you're going to want to go down here to this little like half circle thing. Click on it and click hue and saturation. And go to the lightness and turn that down a little so you guys can start to see the 3D-ness of it. And then to get all this text back, you're just going to hit shift and then right click on this and merge that so that you have it like that. And then to do the other part of the T, it's the same thing, Control J. Just go the opposite way. And again, this is personal preference. Add as much layers as you want, or how much depth you want. So again, go to the layer below, and then go to the original copy, merge layers, and then go to hue and saturation. Turn the lightness down. Merge these. And then once I have all the text split up, I usually select all the parts of the T and do Control G to group. And then you're just going to name it. That's what I like to do. And then for the E, since the E is just one shape, it's not split up, just do Control J and go really any like direction you want. Just use your arrow keys and figure it out. You guys can figure it out. It's pretty easy. To like go down this way, I'm doing the down arrow and the right arrow. So now I have 13 copies. I'm going to go to the one below. Click on the original E copy, merge layers, add a hue and saturation, turn the lightness down, and then merge those. So now we have these two, and now I'm going to do Control G, name that E, and I'm going to do that for the other two, and I'll be right back. Alright, so guys, once you have all your text split up and separated and in their own folders, I like to just mix things up, so we're going to make the T bigger. I like to have my end letters bigger, and we're going to rotate a little, and then we're going to do the same thing to our E, Control T, and I like to have it all pretty much facing different ways. So yeah, Control T to that too. Make that a little bigger maybe. Second T. So there. Once we have everything like that, our T's are split into two. So what I like to do is I like to take some, like this upper part of the T right here. And I like to just like move it around a little, give it like a little more customization. And this too. So yeah, if you guys have these other letters split too, you can do that to that stuff too. And it makes the same effect, and you can kind of throw them around anywhere you want. So yeah, next up you're gonna want to add some like shadows and gradients and stuff. So you're gonna want to right click on the T folder and you go blending options and go gradient overlay. Put this on overlay. Put your opacity around 58, and I'm just gonna keep that around there. And I'm gonna put on an inner shadow. Put that on overlay. No opacity to whatever you want. This is again personal preferences. And then I'll put this like 38. And size can be anywhere. Distance, put it around there. So yeah, these are the settings that I'm gonna use. So if you guys want to copy those, you can. And then I'm gonna go to inner glow. Put that on color dodge, opacity like 55, around somewhere near there. Size 18. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I'll keep it on 18. Then click OK, and then since you have this applied to the folder, right click and go copy layer style. and then right click on the next folder and click paste layer style, so that pastes it automatically. So do that again, paste, and then paste. So now you have that same layer style applied to everything. And I'm just gonna group these and name it text. You guys don't have to, you can if you want. But yeah, so next up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of throw around some things. Like this X part, I'm gonna put over this T part. So yeah, let's go down here. Let's find this. We're gonna merge these. And then we're gonna go to this T. And we're gonna merge these. Put it down there. So now this T part's over this, and I'm gonna make this T part over this X part. So it just kind of adds some customization. And I'm gonna put this, merge these, under this X. So now see, this X is over this and the X is under this. It just adds some effect, and it's really up to you guys if you guys want to do that. So yeah, next up, we're gonna add some shadows. So let's see, this is merged, and we have all this stuff. So which part needs shadows? It's probably the E. So we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna merge these, and you're gonna make a new layer over that. Make sure this is set to black on top. You're gonna want to hit Alt and click on this line right here. That way, yeah, it does that. And then you're gonna want to go to your brush tool, and then you basically just want to add shadows. Make sure your hardness is all the way down though too. And then you're gonna want to add shadows, just like I'm doing right here. Just kind of separates the letters. You can even add them anywhere. And next up, X is probably gonna need that. Let's go for the X. X doesn't have anything, so right here, we're gonna go new layer, hit Alt. You can make sure this is set on black. Your hardness is 0, and then we're just gonna kind of apply some shadows. Since you have your shadows, like that, I'm gonna go over to my T. We're gonna make a new layer on that. Hit Alt. And there. Actually, I'm gonna redo that. There. So now, since you have your shadows and pretty much everything, we're gonna add a second color. So to do that, you're gonna want to click on your top folder, and then this one, and click merge layers, so it turns into there, and hit Control J, and then you're going to want to go hue and saturation, choose a totally different color, and let's see, we're going to do pink, so like purple and pink. So once you have that, you're going to merge that copy with the hue and saturation, just like that. Then you're going to go over to your eraser tool and make sure your hardness is set to 0. And you're just going to start erasing. Till it's like that. So you're going to merge those layers. So now this text is 1. And you're going to do, let's see, we're going to add zigzag now. So if you go filter, up here, distort is zigzag. Zoom out a little bit. pretty good. If you guys wanted to look at the settings, you can copy those. And then next up, there's going to be a download and description for these distortion maps. So distort or displacement maps. So yeah, you open it up. I'm going to use this one for this example. And this is basically what it's going to look like, but first you got to make a copy. So Control J, and I forgot to do that, so yeah, distort, displace. So once you have your copy, you're going to go to your eraser tool, turn the size down a little, and you just want to go through and erase things that you don't want. I personally like some of it, but not like a ton, so I just kind of go through and pick at it. And like there's a ton of different distortion maps, so yours might look different than mine, but that's what kind of makes it unique. So you make it your own. And you can pretty much find them online, or I have in my shop, which is a direct link in the description too. So if you guys want to download them from there, they're like really cheap, I think. So yeah, once you have that, you're gonna merge those layers. And next up, we're gonna add some effects from our filter gallery. So you're gonna go up, filter, filter gallery, and this gives it like a sort of older look, and especially with these colors, it gives it kind of like a vaporwave kind of look. So yeah, and this right here, you guys can do a whole bunch of other stuff with. Dry brush, like that looks pretty cool. About that, you know, it's really up to you guys. They have a whole ton of stuff. Like you guys can do glass, ocean ripple. They even have chrome, but we're gonna do a film grain for this. Click OK. So now that you have that, I'm just gonna name this text. We're gonna go over here and filter, camera raw filter, and wait for it to load, and then it should pop up. And then you're basically right here, this is where you can change all the look of your text and saturation, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just barely gonna change it. You guys don't really have to do this. And shadows, I recommend turning down more, so it gives it even more shadows than it has. So that adds some pretty cool. You guys change anything, highlights? This is just based on personal preference again. So once you have that, it should change. And then next up, you're gonna want to make a copy. Move that below, and I'm just gonna name that text too. And then you're gonna do Control T, and to make it bigger. And now since you have that, you're gonna turn the opacity down a little bit. Just like that. And once you have that, I have a background that I'm gonna be using, so I'm gonna duplicate this layer. So yeah, in my GFX pack too, there's a whole bunch of backgrounds you guys can use. So yeah, let's move this to the back, and then we're gonna go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then you guys can change this to whatever. These were just my settings that it was on. I don't know where it is, but it's like 70 something there. Around there is pretty perfect. So now we're gonna turn the opacity of that down a little bit. We have this gray background, so it stays kind of dark. That way you can see this second layer of the text. I'm gonna make this bigger. So there, once you have that, you're gonna go merge those layers once you have all your text and stuff how you like it. And you're gonna go edit, transform, and click warp. And now it's gonna pop up this, so you're gonna come up to where it says custom, click on bulge, hold on, I need to zoom out a little. let's do that again. Transform, warp, bulge, and trust me on this, you're gonna want to smush it a little. I know it's gonna look like weird, not that good, but trust me. So once you come back to your text, it's gonna look like this, and then you're gonna go Control T and just change this right away. So there it starts to look better, and it adds that kind of curved effect, that same effect, but it gives you like your regular text too once you smush it back. Like that. Make it bigger. So there, you have your text now, and we're gonna start adding some effects. So let's go into my pack. Let's turn these off. Let's go to flares. Let's find one. This one. So let's duplicate that and put it into this here. I'm gonna make this pretty big. And this will just add like a little light coming from the top. It's up to you guys if you want to add it. So yeah. And I'll show you how you guys can change the color so it doesn't look bad like this. So what you're gonna want to do is once you have your flare, you're gonna want to go down here to this half circle again. Click on Photo Filter this time, and turn the density all the way up, and then hit Alt. Click right in between here on the lines again, and it should go back to regular. And then you can change your filter to whatever. Cooling filter, they have a few different ones. Like look, that one's pretty cool. This blue's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna stick with that. Actually, I'll go with that. So once you have that, you're gonna want to add some flares and stuff. So let's go to particles. Yeah. So let's go to particles, and there's some. I like this one though, so let's duplicate this, and we'll go here. Duplicate, and we're basically gonna do the same thing as we just did. Add a photo filter to get it like the same color. You guys can throw these anywhere. They don't have to be in each corner. Let's just, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a few. I like to rotate them and make them look all different. So once you have them all in, hold on, I need to make this one again. Once you have them all in, you're gonna add photo filters and to all of them. So again, turn the density all the way up, Alt, and go to cooling filter. Do the same thing for every flare and pretty much everything you want that's different color. It's a good way to do it. So it matches like everything else. So let's do this last one here. Cooling filter. So there you go, you got all those. And what I like to do is I like to just turn the opacity down a little because the flares or the particles for me can get a little crazy. And so I like to make it like sudden and a little bit like toned down a little. So yeah, let's turn these down. You guys can add as much effects as you want to this type of stuff, really. So it's personal preference. So so once you have that, that's pretty much your text, and you guys can make it however you want, but that's the text tutorial for today, or for this video. So if you guys want to go down in the description and download some of this stuff, my shop will be in the description. The download links to anything will be in the description. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and follow me. I don't know why I said follow, honestly. This is YouTube, but subscribe to me. hit the like button, and go to the description or go to the comment section and comment if you guys want to see more of these videos, because I really enjoy making them, and I don't mind making them, or what other videos you guys want me to make. So yeah, you guys comment your ideas and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.